Hey everyone, this is Chris, your friendly neighborhood Minnesota comic geek, here with my 2025 comic collecting goals. Before I get started, I would ask that if you enjoy this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. And if you enjoy talking comics, then comment below. Alright, let's get into it. Last year I did a 2024 comic collecting goals. I recently did a review video of those goals from this past year, and so I'm continuing the trend and doing a 2025 comic collecting goals video. I think having this type of goals list can help focus my kind of spending and be more targeted and intentional with what I am buying and what I'm kind of searching for. So, starting off, I'm going to continue to dollar bin hunt. That will forever be in my comic collecting goals every year because I just love digging through dollar bins so much. I love seeing the randomness in the dollar bins. They're not the curated key issue bins, the higher dollar book bins where you know exactly what issues you're going to find in those bins every single time. Every shop you go into, every convention and comic show you attend, like, you know what books are going to be there in those bins. And there's a bit of joy in the unexpected in the dollar bins that I truly do love. But by doing so, I'm still looking at, I use the dollar bins to fill comic book runs. I've also started being a little bit more intentional on looking for future potential value books, trying to find books that are a bit of a speculation in that I can get them cheap and hopefully they have some value down the road. My next goal is one that kind of emerged over the 2024 year, and that is being very focused and intentional on collecting Adam Hughes comics. It's one that just kind of emerged early in 2024 when I just started looking on eBay and seeing what was out there. And man, did I go down an Adam Hughes rabbit hole last year, which is good. I truly enjoy his work. He's one of my all-time favorite artists. I will continue to have that be a goal. First and foremost, I will continue to add the kind of random issues in his work, the ones that you can get on the cheap that aren't like the big Adam Hughes books, to be part of that completionist collector with him. Because I took such a big bite out of Adam Hughes's overall work this last year, I can kind of slow down on the random issues and start tackling the more expensive and sought after Adam Hughes comics. I would love to acquire a Catwoman number 51, the mugshot cover, this year. That's going to be a pretty pricey book. It's like, even raw books, raw copies are going to be over at least $100. A graded copy of a higher grade is probably going to be over $200. But I would love to get that because that is one of like 3 or 4 remaining Catwoman run issues that he did that I need to complete that Adam Hughes Catwoman run. So I do want to get that. Next, I want to try and tackle some of his Tomb Raider run. I got my first one from his Tomb Raider run this last year, issue 35 or 45, the one of her standing naked with the towel covering her, naughty bits and stuff. I think that's the most expensive issue in that run, and I got it at a great deal of like less than $30 or around $30 at the Minnesota Fall Con, which I was super excited about. That's going to be the cheaper of the two runs I would love to start tackling this year. So yeah, the Tomb Raider run, and I don't know if I will get to it, but I would love to start tackling his Zatanna run of covers. That one, there's only like 7 or 8 issues that he did covers for. But they are not cheap, and from what I've seen on eBay, they are hard to find in near mint condition, like the raw copies. All the listings that I've seen on eBay for less than, say, $70 or $80 come riddled with like spine ticks and stuff. So condition is definitely an issue with the Zatanna comics. I don't know why, they just are. So yeah, I might have to just hope that the local comic shows and conventions here in Minnesota, some vendors have copies there that I can physically look at to see their condition before buying. But between these kind of 3 specific titles, it's definitely, I'm going to have to be very strategic on when I buy them, if I buy them. The 2 runs plus the Catwoman issue, like that's going to like eventually total over $500, maybe closer to $800, $900 when all is said and done. So definitely want to space that out. My next goal is to continue chipping away at the Uncanny X-Men issues 100 through 200 run. I kind of went away from that last year because it was a goal last year. I did get 10 to 15 or so issues in that run over the course of the year, but I definitely stopped in favor of going down the Adam Hughes route. So this year, I'm going to try and focus on just a few issues and go from there. So the first issue I'd like to try and acquire is issue 101, the first appearance of Phoenix. That one's going to be the most expensive one. I don't imagine I will get a high grade because that's going to be closer to $1,000. So I'm looking at a mid to lower grade, between a 5 and a 7 probably. So I'd like to get that. I'd also like to acquire issue 135, the one where Dark Phoenix is on the cover, like crushing the trade dress. It's the second full appearance of Dark Phoenix. She appears in the issue 134, but I want to start with issue 135 because I love that cover. It's just an iconic Jean Grey Phoenix, Dark Phoenix cover image. So yeah, that one I'll probably just get a raw copy. But that's going to be, maybe $50 to $80 probably. And then I would also like to acquire a copy of issue 141 and issue 142, the Days of Future Past storyline. 4 very specific issues this year, and if I am able to get others in and around those issues, awesome, but I'm not going to hold myself to that. I'm clearly looking to purchase some higher dollar amount books. My next goal is this year I want to finally acquire a copy of Silver Surfer issue number 1 or number 3, preferably both, but I will settle for either one. A couple reasons why. First being, he's my favorite character. I've always loved the Silver Surfer. Never owned any of these early Silver Surfer issues. But I'm also trying to get ahead of the pack in that trying to get these books while they are still relatively on the cheaper side of the quote-unquote down market before the Fantastic Four movie comes out and when we get closer to it even, and speculation starts ramping up about Norrin Radd eventually coming to the MCU. I know the Fantastic Four movie's supposed to have a female version of the Silver Surfer, whatever that ends up entailing. So there's still a bit of time before kind of the rush for the original Silver Surfer issues comes in. So like I said, trying to get ahead of the pack. But I'm hoping I can get a copy of either or both for less than $400 each. I think that will put me in about a 4 to 5 CGC grade of that book. Over the course of the year, I'll slowly, when I come across good deals on comic books that feature characters that my niece and nephew like, I will buy those to give to them because they are kind of starting to get into comic collecting, comic reading on a regular basis. So I would love to feed that habit, feed that hobby, and nurture it because it's wonderful. So those are all my kind of buying goals. Some tangential collecting goals are that I really desperately need to organize my collection finally. It has been in disarray for several years because of moving and other storage limitation aspects. So I definitely need to really buckle down and actually organize all my comics so that I know what I have like in full. There's just so much that I have kind of forgotten that I have or don't realize how much of one title I have. So part of that organizing goal is that it coincides with wanting to start downsizing my collection and start working towards that. I don't have the storage space for the size of my collection in how big it's getting. I also want to kind of get rid of comics that I just don't really need anymore. Not that I don't love them, but I just don't really go back to them anymore. And a lot of that kind of revolves around a lot of duplicates. I have a lot of duplicate comics that can just be gotten rid of. But I want to hopefully take any funds that I might get from downsizing to upgrade to more valuable comics, and that results in a lower quantity in favor of better quality. So a lot of the books on my list of goals that I've already talked about, like those funds can go towards hopefully acquiring those books and having a much more consolidated collection. So yeah, those are my 2025 comic collecting goals. What are your goals for 2025 when it comes to the comic collecting hobby that we all enjoy so much? Do you have specific issues you're looking for? Are you just generally collecting just whatever you come across, that catches your fancy that you'll pick up? Do you have non-buying collecting goals like I do? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Yeah, I would love to hear what you guys are trying to do this year when it comes to this hobby. So yeah, with that, I will end this video. Thanks for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, comment below and let's talk comics. Bye.